Okay guys, Bernardo Faria here. And guys, it's a huge honor for me to answer the question of one more user here. So how to get better at Jiu-Jitsu training only twice a week, 2 times per week. So guys, the question is, hey Bernardo, I'm 38 years old and between my full-time job, family commitments and taking care of my family, I can only manage to train Jiu-Jitsu twice a week. I really want to improve, but I'm worried that 2 sessions aren't enough. Do you have any advice on how to maximize my training? Guys, this is such a great question and I'm very happy to answer here. And the first thing I want to say is that you are not alone. So, for example, I own a Jiu-Jitsu school here in Massachusetts, in Bedford. And one day I was analyzing the data of the school, and the average that every student trains every week is twice a week. So most of the Jiu-Jitsu practitioners I think here in US, they train twice a week. So you're not alone. Most of the people train just as much as you. I know that you're probably looking for some guys that they train like 5 times per week and this and that. And you were hoping that you could train as much as them, or some professional athletes on your gym who is doing the same. But twice a week is the average. So you're not doing that bad. So don't feel bad. That's my first thing I would want to say here. Second thing I would say is that I think you can always do complementary things to improve your Jiu-Jitsu. So for example, every time I think about Jiu-Jitsu, I always try to divide in 3 buckets. I think about the skill, which are the techniques that you're learning and this and that. I think about the conditioning, which is like your physical conditioning, your mobility, your cardio, your strength. And then I think about the mental aspects of Jiu-Jitsu, which is the confidence, okay? And especially if you're competing, okay? So for example, how can you improve your skill while you're not training? I think studying Jiu-Jitsu is a great way to do that. So as most of you guys know, I own IBJJFanatics.com and I'm constantly studying Jiu-Jitsu at IBJJ Fanatics. And nowadays you can study in different ways as well. You can like watch tournaments, you can watch like anyways, studying Jiu-Jitsu, I think it's a great way to improve your Jiu-Jitsu while you're not training. Second thing I would say is like you are conditioning. So if you get a better mobility, if you develop your stretching, if you develop your strength, if you develop your cardio, those 2 days that you're gonna train, you're gonna do much better. Okay, so I think like while you're not training Jiu-Jitsu, you can still go for a run, you can lift weights, you can do some mobility on your carpet, on your living room, you can do some stretching and things like that. And the third one is the mental aspect. So you can meditate, you can do yoga. There's a lot of things that you can do as well to help your mental aspects. So I think like if you're only training Jiu-Jitsu twice a week, you still have another 5 days that you can do something. And many times these things you can do from home. So there are no excuses. Like you can study Jiu-Jitsu from home. You can do stretching and mobility from home. If you have some dumbbells, kettlebell and things like that, you can work on your strength from home. You can go for a run. You just like leave your house and go for a run and you're working on your cardio. So anyways, the bottom line here is that I think there's always things that you can do when you are not training Jiu-Jitsu. And you're gonna still improve your Jiu-Jitsu. And I think this is what makes Jiu-Jitsu so fascinating. Some people call like the Jiu-Jitsu is the human chess. And in my opinion, it's the human chess because it's even nice, it's even more fun than chess, because chess, you're only talking about your knowledge, right? Jiu-Jitsu, you're talking about your conditioning, you're talking about your knowledge, and you're talking about your confidence, your mental side. So I think Jiu-Jitsu makes this very fascinating thing. And if you're not training Jiu-Jitsu, you can still improve these other buckets. You can still improve your confidence. You can improve your conditioning. I didn't even talk about dieting. I think like what you eat also helps on how you're gonna train. So if you only eat like cake and candy and soda, you're not gonna have a very good training. But if you eat very healthy, you're probably gonna have a great training session. So I think like all these things that are not like Jiu-Jitsu training related, you can do in order to improve and maximize your Jiu-Jitsu. That was your question, you know. So, and guys, there were times in my career, and especially right now, I'm not training jiu-jitsu as much as I used to. I train like 2 or 3 times per week, but I always try to do something. Like I try to do something every day. So, and the days that I don't have time to do anything, I do 50 push-ups and 50 squats. And then at least I did something and took me 3 minutes. So nowadays, I'm a lot like you. I train jiu-jitsu 2 or 3 times per week. And the days that I'm not training, I am working on my mobility, or I'm running, or I'm lifting, or I'm doing push-ups and squats, and I'm always trying to do something. And there were other times of my career as well that for example, when I got some injury, sometimes I couldn't train jiu-jitsu. I was completely out for like 2 or 3 months. And then what I would do is exactly this. I would study jiu-jitsu, I would work on stretching, I would lift weights on the part of the body that I could lift. So for example, if I hurt my knee, I would work out on my upper body and things like that. And I would try to, when I was competing, I worked with a psychologist. So that thing, I was not training jiu-jitsu. I had my psychologist sessions to improve my performance to the tournament. So I think the bottom line here is just to tell you that there's a lot of things that you can do. A lot of things that you can do while you're not training. That's going to help not even your jiu-jitsu, but also help your life. Like if you get a better mobility, your life is going to get better. If you become more confident, if you do meditation, you're going to have more clarity. You're going to be less anxious. So there's a lot of things that you can do outside of jiu-jitsu that's going to help your jiu-jitsu and your life. And this is my advice to you. Try to focus on those things. And don't feel bad that you're training jiu-jitsu only twice a week. Twice a week is not that bad. You're doing pretty good. To me, the problem is when someone joins a jiu-jitsu school and they don't come for 3 weeks, and then they come for a week every day, and then they don't come again for 2 weeks. So I think as long as you're consistent twice a week, that's pretty good. That's not bad. And you're studying at home, you're lifting, you're working on your cardio, you're doing mobility, you're doing meditation or yoga or something like that. I think that's pretty good. So I hope that helps you. And guys, if you guys have any questions like the question of this user, please make sure to send me either here through the comments. I always try to read the comments that have questions, or send me a DM on Instagram. And I'm really doing my best here to answer every single question and help you guys as much as I can. I hope you guys enjoyed, guys. Please help me out to grow my YouTube channel. Just click subscribe. And to watch more videos, just click under see more videos. I hope you enjoyed.
BJJFanatics.com. Use the promo code YouTubeFaria to get 10% off any instructional video. Improve your jiu-jitsu faster.